That was terrible.
That was crap. That was garbage. This place sucks.
Overreaction
Mondays.
Monday.
Brought to you by the Courtyard Super Bowl contest, which I'll tell you about in a second. Chris, you have the floor.
Yeah,
Why
let's
don't you hit
get right to it. The Bears should trade for a quarterback. Andy Dalton, Eli Manning.
All right, that's an
Teddy
overreaction.
Bridgewater.
That's an overreaction. By the way, Bridgewater's not available. Dalton and Eli Manning, if you blow either one of those teams away, could be. Although Eli, I'm sure, could nuke a trade by this point in time. And it doesn't matter. The Bears aren't going to trade middle of the season and pitch away everything that they've done with Nagy and Trubisky. They're just not going to do it. That is a flat-out overreaction. What Nathan just brought up about going in a different direction next year, I got to sit here and see how the next 10 games play out for the Bears, because Trubisky looked positively terrible yesterday, and so did the rest of the Bears' offense. Okay, Kyle Long being out is a major problem for this line to try and protect Trubisky. But what I saw yesterday, with the exception of Allen Robinson, is I saw a team that the Saints, and I'm sure Sean Payton with his bravado and machismo and flat-out testosterone level that is always so very high, I'm sure he and Dennis Allen and the rest of the team with the defense thought, we have a team that we can absolutely out-physical and pop in the mouth. And they don't care how vaunted the front seven's supposed to be. They looked small. They were even making fun of Tariq Cohen for how tall he was.
Yeah, I saw that.
They looked small. They looked soft. And the quarterback absolutely is the face of that issue. And what's worse is the other guys that the Bears let go is your reigning MVP and potentially the MVP of this season, the way that Watson has played, even though the Texans lost the Colts yesterday. So what I'm saying is, like, the Bears over the next 10 weeks might just kick the tires on Trubisky as, is this the guy or not? And in the offseason, think about maybe going for somebody like Teddy Bridgewater, who went into that place and showed you the way to find your receivers and the way to take a hit and the way to stay in the pocket and don't check it down and make plays, man. As I tweeted out yesterday, Trubisky, this may not be a real stat, but Trubisky seems to lead the league in you've got to make that throw in completions. The number of times the ball hits the turf or sails past a receiver or is thrown behind a receiver or doesn't make it in the receiver's hands, and you sit there and go, you got to make that throw. It's about Trubisky. And the first 6 games of this season have been patently disappointing. That said, I said that the last 3 weeks ago about an NFC quarterback in Cousins, and he has since turned it around in a remarkable way. Let's see what happens over the next month with the Bears. But based on yesterday, they are light years away from winning a conference that they almost made the Final Four in last year.
Would be about a $9 million cap hit to move on.
So that's my long-winded answer to an overreaction to trade for a quarterback. But that was terrible yesterday, and the Saints showed you how to hit the Bears in the mouth and win a game, which is not the way the Bears want to be talked about.
Let's go to the team that beat them, the Saints. They're the best team in the NFC.
That's a fact. That's a fact. I didn't stutter. Their defense is terrific. Their offense is dynamic. Kamara goes out. In comes Latavius Murray. Breeze goes out. Right. In comes Bridgewater. They still have one of the best receivers in the game and a play caller who is amazing. And special teams they're locked up to. Don't forget the way they won in Seattle was some special teams play, returning a punt for a touchdown. All phases. And Breeze is coming back. Fact. They're 6-1. They have a tie break against the Dallas Cowboys in their back pocket. Do they play Green Bay? Let me take a look here. I do not see Green Bay on their schedule.
Nope.
I think they might go 13-3 based on the way that they're playing. They've got Arizona at home, a bye, then home for Atlanta, at Tampa, home for Carolina, at Atlanta. How about this one? This is a big Week 14 game that I'm sure Fox is going to have to start making sure it doesn't get flexed out. New Orleans hosting San Francisco. That's a pretty big one. And then they finish up home for Indianapolis on a Monday night at Tennessee. At Tennessee and at Carolina. Breeze coming back. That looks like 13-3. That's not an overreaction. They're the best team in the NFC.
Let's stay in the NFC North. Aaron Rodgers should be in the MVP conversation.
No doubt. Perfect passer rating. First ever perfect passer rating in the history of the Green Bay Packers.
Wow.
Who knew that? I did not know that.
No.
I did not know that. Yes, you are correct, sir, to use that. Yes, indeed. You are correct, sir. They are fact. He is an MVP candidate. And I mean, and also, let's give him credit, too. We always talk about Brady doing it with guys you need name tags for.
I mean, that dude with the long hair looked like I'd never heard of him. The guy scored a touchdown.
The law firm of Kumaro, Lazard, and Valdez Scantling, everybody. Jimmy Graham is suddenly coming off of the carton.
I mean, jeez, where was that last week?
Third player with 400 or more passing yards, 5 or more passing touchdowns, and a rushing touchdown, a single game in NFL history. The other two, Mark Rippon did it in 1991,
Hey-o.
and Norm Van Brocklin in the season opener of 1951. That's an MVP candidate. Aaron Rodgers, let's start throwing him, Russell Wilson, Deshaun Watson, and TB12. Those are your.
Oh, you don't want to put Lamar in there? There's a lot of talk about that on Twitter yesterday.
Not yet. No, I mean, you can't put a guy who doesn't throw a single touchdown pass and a 69 passer rating. I mean, he's winning games. We got to do it.
Yep.
But as much as I'd love to give him an MVP trophy over Aaron Rodgers and Deshaun Watson and Russell Wilson, not yet.
You have him 5th or 6th,
I have him,
maybe?
yes. Yeah.
Okay.
He's sniffing it in that conversation.
Okay. Someone who might be in the conversation, Jacoby Brissett, has the Colts looking good. The Colts are the second best team in the AFC.
I can't go there yet. You know, I thought I had them winning the division. You know, I had them winning that division.
Yep.
I can't go there yet. I need to see how they look over the next 4 to 6 weeks. Are they going to be up? They're going to be down? You know, they're missing their secondary, and they won that game yesterday. They're very impressive. I'll say that's an overreaction for the moment. I can't go there yet.
For more of The Rich Eisen Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV for free on BR Live or download the Rich Eisen Show app.